In a world where information is at your fingertips, what's stealing the hearts and ears of listeners worldwide? Podcasts. They're revolutionizing how we consume media. Why are podcasts skyrocketing in popularity? The freedom to listen anytime, anywhere, your own schedule, your own way, with the occasional ad. It's intimate, it's raw, and it's personal. Let's discover why podcasts are the new broadcast frontier. Which one would you these days prefer more? Maybe some of you prefer you're used to the one on the right. But I'm gonna without saying anything else, let you decide, let you think for yourself. Podcasts, hint, hint, hint. That's what podcasts let you do. Think for yourself. Let's get right into the 20 reasons why podcasts are winning out. Starting with, and I'm going to count down to the top reason, so stick around to the number one reason here at the end. Let's go right into number 20 why podcasts are winning out, starting with cultural impact. Podcasts have become a cultural phenomenon in influencing discussions, trends, even shaping public opinion or starting movements. Technology integration versus broadcast. Technology integration, newer formats integrate technology more seamlessly, like VR, which isn't as feasible with traditional setups. Next up, 19. This is the next one. Innovative formats on podcasts often experiment with formats and mixing interviews, solo talks, fictional stories, and even interactive elements versus broadcast. Market saturation. The market is saturated with traditional broadcasts. Looks standing out often requires a departure from these norms. Another reason why podcasts are winning out: cultivating listening skills. Regularly listening to well produced podcasts can enhance one's ability to listen actively and critically, versus comfort for creators. Being tied to a microphone or desk can be less comfortable for long sessions, affecting the natural delivery. Archive access. Most podcasts keep their catalogs available, allowing listeners to catch up on past episodes. Niche content, specialized content often thrives on unconventional setups that break from traditional broadcasting norms and appealing to specific audiences. Educational resources. Teachers and students can use podcasts as educational tools covering subjects from history to coding, versus environmental flexibility. Traditional setups are less adaptable to different environments or situations outside a studio. Next up, mental health support. There are podcasts specifically designed to help with mental health, offering therapy like advice or mindfulness exercises, versus cultural shift. There's a cultural move towards minimalism and simplicity in content delivery, favoring clean visuals over cluttered setups. Another reason why podcasts are winning out these days over broadcast: storytelling medium. Audio lends itself wonderfully to storytelling, making podcasts an excellent medium for narrative content. Shout out true crime. Shout out all those storytelling podcasts that you ever. Shout out all those story podcasts that you listen to in the currently or in the past. Versus visual clutter. A microphone or a desk setup can clutter the frame, distracting from the main content or message. The barrier to entry for producing a podcast is lower than the video content, requiring only basic audio equipment. I'm here sitting on StreamYard right now. Very low barrier. All I need is the software, and I push live and go. And I'm going out essentially on all platforms. Versus feedback loop. Modern platforms allow for immediate feedback. Static studio setups might not encourage or facilitate this interaction. 20 reasons why podcasts are winning out. Community building. Many podcasts foster communities through social media, forums, live events, connecting listeners with similar interests versus lack of immediacy. Traditional setups might not convey a sense of urgency or immediacy that live streaming or mobile content can. Flexible consumption. You can pause, rewind, skip sections at will, unlike live broadcasts, versus technological shift with advancements that need for traditional broadcasting equipment diminishes as software and hardware evolve for content creation. We're getting counting down to our top number one reasons why podcasts are winning out. No visual distractions since they're audio only. Listeners can focus solely on the content without visual distractions versus authenticity and relatability on broadcast. A polished studio feel might disconnect viewers who prefer content creators who appear more like them using everyday setups. Moving on, independent voices podcasts give a platform to independent creators, journalists, and experts who might not have access to traditional media versus cost and accessibility. High quality video production can be expensive. Many creators prefer more accessible, cost effective setups like phones or simple cameras. Reasons why, moving on, cost effective for listeners. Podcasts are typically free, offering high quality content without subscription fees. Content over medium. Today's audience often cares more about content than the medium. A compelling story or message can succeed without traditional broadcast tools. Another reason, global reach. With the internet, podcasts can reach a global audience without geographic restrictions versus audience participation. Modern content often involves audience interaction, which is harder to achieve in traditional studio setups. Again, 20 reasons why podcasts are winning out. Personal connection. Many podcast hosts create a personal connection with listeners, often sharing vulnerabilities or personal stories that are relatable versus audio quality. Handheld mics not might not always offer the best audio quality compared to today's high quality lapel or shotgun mics, which can manage sound better in various environments. Down to the top five reasons why podcasts are winning out. Long form conversations. They allow for in depth discussions without the time constraints of TV or radio segments versus professional overload. Overly polished setups can sometimes feel too corporate or inauthentic, especially for content that aims for a more raw, real connection. Top four. Getting down to four. 20 reasons why podcasts are winning out. Top four. Niche topics. Unlike mainstream media, podcasts often cover niche or specialized topics that might not find a large audience through traditional broadcasting versus visual monotony. Desk shots or static studio setups can become visually repetitive, which might not hold viewers' attention as well. Top three, passive learning. You can listen while doing other activities like cooking, exercising, commuting, ma- making learning or entertainment passive. Making learning or entertainment passive. Versus lack of intimacy, the setup can feel formal and distant, contrary to the more personal conversation style sought in podcasts and vlogs. Top two reasons why podcasts are winning out: diverse content. There's a podcast for virtually every interest, from true crime to philosophy to to science to storytelling versus proximity to technology. Holding a microphone or being tethered to a desk can limit the presenter's ability to interact naturally with technology or move freely, which can feel stiff. Top one that I have on here, why podcasts are winning out. Top one, accessibility. Podcasts are easily accessible on various platforms, including smartphones, making them convenient for on the go listening versus static presentation. These formats often lack dynamic movement, which modern audiences crave, accustomed to more engaging cinematic visuals. There you have it, the 20 reasons why podcasts are winning out. Again, just don't do it. Don't do it. Holding the mic in front of a camera like that, don't do it. There are better ways to go. Thanks for listening into my fight night. It's me, the tech demystifier. You can catch me. Let me know what you want to hear, see from me in the future. Anything else that you want me to demystify your technology, your devices. Let me know in the comments. Let me know. Write me a private message, DM. Tackle real world problems using technology, showing practical applications that solve everyday issues. That's me, and I'm gonna close it out. I like that sound of the bell, so I'm gonna close out with this. This has been a presentation of Fight Night, and I think podcast won out in this battle. What do you think? I'll see you in the next video.